only prescription is more cowbell.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
All right, guys, welcome back. We're gonna wing this. This is gonna be a legit hangout stream. I'm gonna be yawning for another 3 hours because for some reason I just can't not be tired. Let's turn this down. We don't need this all. We don't need this all turned up. If you guys noticed, the office is different. The office is different because that's what I did on Saturday for a majority of the day. I moved this all around, all that jazz. I'm live on my... Let me pull this up so I can actually hear things. Don't need that up. Okay. Yeah, I fixed my office around. Turns out this, very heavy, 30 pounds of water and several bags of rocks. Turns out that's heavy. So I moved that and everything. My TV didn't fit where I wanted it, so my TV's over here now. I'm going to be watching the Lions-Vikings game. I am streaming on my sports channel if you guys want to go and... You know what? I think I can do that. I think I can pull this channel and throw it in chat if you guys want to go subscribe over there. Oh, man. Apparently it was daylight savings, and I just did not get the memo for that. Yeah, Pikachu got switched. I wanted to go kind of more minimalist back there. Because for some reason, well, not for some reason, I know exactly why. The TV was just causing problems with anything lighting related, if that makes sense. I have my small, I guess they're both the same size, but this one's in midget mode and this one's super tall for any type of nonsense. And because the TV was over there, it just got bombarded with reflections and all that jazz. Oh. For people randomly watching on the other channel, there's been so much going on with the Lions in general. Let me turn on some. Let's see if we can listen to some chill music while streaming. There we go. But yeah, the Lions have been in and out of all the trade nonsense. We were looking at, apparently we're making calls for the Bengals defensive end, which I don't think we can afford, especially after he signed somewhat of a large contract. The old Packers corner that played for, drawing a blank on where he got picked up. He just got traded for peanuts. And it's shocker the Lions need a freaking corner. Lions kick off, or Lions return first, which is always interesting. Let me go back over to the old chat. You were up way too late this morning. So the new Witcher series, they dropped season 4, where they changed the main character. They went from Henry Cavill to one of the Hemsworth brothers, who wasn't. It's not like a bad swap. It looks okay, but I was watching that. I think I'm on episode 4. I was up until like 2 or 3. Oh, I was making video, or I did that so that I could make videos on the other channel for it. Yeah, Ed, I wish. If only it was that easy. Hey, I know a guy who knows a guy. We can all just watch the game together. Shit, honestly, Ed, if you Googled it, or if you searched it on YouTube, I realized while on YouTube while fixing stuff yesterday, like half the dang college football games were streamed on YouTube. Like a random channel just decided, I'm going to stream the game. People are going to watch it, and then I'm just going to delete the video. And it's like, oh, okay. 2 catches for Sam Laporta, 2 first downs. I'll take that. Also, Ed, you could have emailed me or commented I rewatched my video that I put out yesterday for the sports channel, and I realized that I said I wanted the Vikings to win today. I don't want the Vikings to win. I do have Gibbs and Jared Goff on my fantasy team. Just throwing that out there for anyone who cares. And guess what? The only fantasy football league I'm in this year is actually just against all of my family members who are equally as competitive as I am. And yes, I'm just blowing up balloons because my children are obsessed with balloons. Oh. Mag D5 and Jonathan, where were you at yesterday? Or where were you at this morning, I guess? I know, I don't think GS was live. Was Killamilla or Rabbit live? That's got to be the only people that I can think of that were live. I got awoken because my phone decided it wanted to watch Finkel's channel, who Finkel tagged me in something yesterday that was basically calling Chris special. I'm drawing a blank. I just read that, but yeah. Yeah, I was watching Rabbit. Okay. Yeah, Finkel tagged me in something. I watched that. It was basically calling Chris special needs. And then I got woken up because Muckster went live on Finkel's channel. My phone just apparently wanted to watch it. Oh, 4th and 4. Will the Lions go for it on 4th and 4? Probably. Ugh. I have so much I wanted to accomplish today, and I know that at some point I'm going to be like, we're probably going to watch this till like halftime. Because I know around halftime, something in my house is going to call my name or want me to fix it. Oh, good. Yes, Paul, exactly. Calling Chris special needs would be disrespectful to kids with special needs. Yeah. Rabbit was having a tough night and felt it was the best if we were all there with him. I try to watch a bunch of Rabbit stuff, but as you guys have noticed, I've been trying my absolute hardest to just stay out of drama, and people just keep bringing me back. Yeah, I think I need to refresh what I'm watching. Ed said touchdown, and then I'm like, what? And then 3 seconds later it was a touchdown. Got to turn that down a ton. I wonder if Andre Sloan could look up stop sign. I mean, to be fair, if I knew which, I could probably find out which state that happened. Because if I remember correctly, it was a real specific city name. Also, I have Jake Bates on my fantasy team. So if we want to keep scoring and kicking field goals, I'm okay with that. I know it has a very particular city name. I could probably find out. It's just that guy was so crazy. I put out a video. If you're watching on the other channel, on my main channel, I put out a video at noon, and dear Lord, the guy was absolutely nuts. But I could probably find out. Yeah, it was definitely not. It was definitely not that guy's first time in trouble with law enforcement. And I know that's going to shock exactly no one. And again, I want the Lions to win. Regardless of what my video that I put out on the other channel says, I want the Lions to win. But I think my game of the week was like Bills versus Chiefs. Oh. Yeah, going back to the Rabbit comment, I don't know what happened last night, but I know it can't be easy for Rabbit, especially what half of the brain dead people are saying about him. Let's go check the old fantasy team. I haven't really checked. I don't pay attention to Thursday games. I pretend Thursday games don't actually exist. Erica, what's up? Oh, I started Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry got me 14 points on Thursday. That's pretty solid. Like Parsons, that video from earlier, they literally went in to complain. They wanted to file a complaint with the police department because a stop sign was put up in his neighborhood. Like, sir, get out. Like, what are we doing? Coors Light does taste much better than Bud Light. Thank you, commercial. There's like a few second delay from my video, but it depends from day to day, Ed, honestly. From day to day, I could have a 5-second delay from chat. And some days, like during Booze and Body Cam, we'll have like 30 seconds of delay. Paul, as a European, I cannot stop thinking of American football like rugby with harder contact. Yes and no. There's a reason why. What was it? I'm sorry. Of course, that's how that would start out. Yeah, 60-yard return. Yeah, exactly. There's a reason why I believe it was Pete Carroll when he was head coach of the Seahawks. He was trying to bring in the rugby style tackle because it made more sense. It didn't mess as many people up. But I feel like the only reason that it's harder contact is because of the pads and because of the helmets. From personal experience, when you have that helmet on, you tend to like lead with your head a lot, which is why I've had like 8 concussions. But it's like, I feel like rugby players know that, oh, if I do XYZ, I'm going to mess my brain up. So I'm just going to tackle this way. Well, this is not a good start for the Lions. And the Lions special teams faceplate. Yeah, I want JJ McCarthy to have a great game, but I also want him to lose. Is that a Lee McNeil? Is he back? Oh, okay. Interesting. Didn't know he was back yet. Patriots question mark? I try to keep track of all the teams. But dear Lord, I don't think I've watched a Patriots game this season. It is a shock that the Patriots are doing well this year, but and he dropped it. My brain is just done with sports today already, and it's the second possession of the game. Dang, shocker. Like I told you guys, my fantasy team is basically, or my fantasy league is just all of my family members. I'm literally playing my mother this week in fantasy football. Yeah, Rabbit, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. And unfortunately, I only think it's going to get worse the longer that community, because it's at this point, it's kind of been proven that all these people are just like whack jobs on that side. And as they're being proven to be whack jobs, their view counts are going down. So they're having to start shit with people to try to get drama drama views. And I think it's just going to get worse for everyone. Yeah, 10-yard catch. It was a great catch. It was a great catch, but unfortunately, my mother has Justin Jefferson. So this is going to be a hilarious fantasy game for me. Oh, I haven't seen it. I would love to take a gander at it for sure. Did the Detroit defense take the day off? Yeah. I was hoping it was going to be one of those games where the Lions will put up 21 points or something like that, and then the Vikings would be in a pass 100% of the time, and we could just rush them. But I don't think that's going to happen this week. Internet God, my Dolphins only have 3 minor weaknesses to iron out: the offense, the defense, and special teams. It's just crazy because the trajectory of the Dolphins a few years ago was like winning the division, getting in the playoffs, yada yada. Yeah, and now it's like they were going this way, and now it's just in the ground. I just saw it this morning. It's an email to San Joaquin Valley Transparency, and she called out all the crap. He blew her off, of course. Not shocked. Yeah, Ed. Mama Kfar. Mama Kfar is very good at fantasy football to the point where we will play random leagues. Like me, my mother, my 2 brothers, or my 3 brothers. We'll play in random leagues, like just go into Yahoo and hit like random, and it'll put us in leagues. We've all won like multiple championships, but my mother is just knows the least about football, but just manages to pick the best players every single year. Rabbit, funny story that you bring all this stuff up. A certain frauditor is currently calling me stolen valor again because I said that I was in the Middle East. Even though my deployments prove that I was in the Middle East. So it's just funny that these people are just trying to start drama just for drama's sake. And then there's a Josh Allen Snicker commercial. And Now You See Me 3 is coming out November 14th. I can't wait because I love those movies. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, Ed. There in my family, my mother had 4 kids. My mom and dad had 4 kids. I'm the oldest of 4 brothers. Yeah, it's just a weird one, Rabbit, because like I've been very transparent about my record. Apparently, I'm stolen valor and I don't have a college degree, even though there's my DD 214 and there's my college degree. It's wild. Kfar stole my anchor. No, Internet God, I didn't steal it. I just painted it. Can you want both of them to lose? Hey, that's fair. That's fair. I think the best you're going to get is a tie. Ed, it's funny that I have 3 brothers, so there's 4 of us in total. 3 of us are exactly the same. Love sports, like being active, like doing all sorts of shit. And then my one brother who's like 6'3" hates everything. 5th season as Lions coach. Dear Lord, how time flies. Oh, and Tom Brady's the play-by-play guy for today. I didn't check what it was. I can actually probably look real quick. NFL. What is it, week 9? What was it, ESPN? Is that the one that I normally use? No, they took down the odds on the ESPN website when the game started. No, I haven't gotten a chance yet, Ed. So I got your email. So for some reason, if I get on my laptop, or I guess my PC now, I can check my email. But on my phone, I've deleted everything, got it all hooked back up. And now I'll get emails like hours late. Like when I finish editing my videos, I'll download them and then I'll get an email notification when they're done. I normally am sitting here watching them complete and then I upload them, but I upload them, or I try to render them in sets of 3. So I'll try it 3 times and normally that works. I'll get emails. I'll get 3 emails. Well, I did a bunch of stuff last night. Didn't get anything for emails. Woke up randomly. The emails eventually got. What was that? The emails randomly hit like when I woke up at 10, but I did it at 2. So I'm now getting emails on my phone, but they're like 7 hours behind. But I got your email. But Weapons had sent me like 40 things first to look at. Well, 40's harsh. 2 or 3. Weapons sent me 2 or 3, and I already knocked out one of them. So I haven't gotten a chance to see it yet. What other music we got on here? Got cinematic turned on right now. We'll rock that for a while. Yeah, I think it was, I want to say it was like 8 when I looked at it and did my video on Friday for the sports channel, which I linked somewhere. If somebody wants to drop the link to the sports channel again, I think it was like 8 or something when I made my video. I think they're just, a lot of the people are going against JJ McCarthy, not for the Lions. Is this an iPhone commercial? Oh, Lord. This is a good commercial. It's a Google phone commercial, and they're making fun of the iPhone by calling it a vanilla ice cream cone. And the new one's the Vanilla Ice Cream Cone Pro. Let's see here. What YouTube things can I talk about real quick to get us through this commercial? Okay. Literally watching myself talk. That's hilarious. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get these other channels going because I love everyone on the main channel, but it's just getting ridiculous with people. It looks good if it wasn't on my wall. Yeah, it's so hard to do anything with that logo thing because you have to put it in the right spot. I need like a white background behind it. KFAR explains commercials. KFAR reacts commercial edition. Ugh. Hey, I just thought that was a pretty spot on assessment of the iPhone. I'm just waiting for something stupid to happen, like the Vikings throw for a 99-yard touchdown pass and make me angry. DK Metcalf is in the red zone. That's exciting. I'm just hoping something happens in this game that kind of makes the Lions go, maybe we should make some trades before I think the deadline's Tuesday. Like maybe we should probably do something this year instead of just doing nothing like always. Like I said, maybe it was secretly a Google / ice cream commercial. But yeah, like I said, one of the news outlets was reporting that the Lions contacted the Bengals about, I believe his name's Trey Hendrickson, which I don't think we have the money for that. So I don't know. But I would like a defensive end or a corner or something. The Browns are off this week. I heard a rumor about the Browns, Ed. Dion is apparently... Dion isn't looking good at Colorado right now. And everybody's like, oh, he's going to get fired. He's going to get fired in Colorado and then sign with the Browns to be their head coach so they can start his son. Which I hope not. I hope that doesn't happen. The cinematic music is just not good. There we go. Oh, God, I can't. There we go. And now they're talking about how J.J. McCarthy's like Happy Gilmore. I just want a sack. That's what I want. Yeah, it sounds like something the Browns would do. That would be on par for Cleveland. Yeah, let's bring in a coach that's not really a good coach just to get the fans off our back. Which doesn't make any sense. I could go on and on why Dion. Long story short, now that I have time, since we're not actually watching anything and we're just hanging out, Dion at Colorado with his son at quarterback. They literally built his son up in a pass first, pass always offense. I believe I looked at it last year. He looked like the greatest quarterback of all time per his stats, and then you look at his rushing offense. His leading rusher on his team had like 300 yards rushing. Michigan puts that up in two games. Like, I think we almost had 300 yards rushing a few games ago in one game. And the Colorado, they had it in one season. Oh, you mean we let them catch the ball at the 10-yard line? Oh, that's great. Where's the Lions defense? They left. They went home. As long as it's not Justin Jefferson, Ed. Don't tell me it's Justin Jefferson. Hutchinson almost got there. We just have like no other rusher on the other side. TJ Hawkinson, that's great. Gave them an easy touchdown. Yeah, they're just standing there in the end zone going, hey, throw me the ball. Yeah, his primary read was Aaron Jones, but Hawkinson's standing there wide open. So, yeah, he's probably going to. Who else? Oh, of course. I cannot win. Of course, my mother has Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson. Of course. Of course. The Lions need to pull their head out of their ass, or this is going to be a long game, and I'm going to end up throwing something. Probably going to be my back, if we're going to be honest. One day I won't be tired, dear Lord. Just so you guys know, I am sitting on like, I think 3 or 4 Sovereign Citizen videos to get done for this week, which is wild. I'm starting to do this thing where if I see a Sovereign Citizen video, instead of hoping and wishing that I can actually just remember where it is, I just download it so that I have it and can do it whatever I want. Let me check real quick. We've got, I guess I don't need those anymore. I have 1, 2, 3. That one I did today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. The Lions ate too much Halloween candy. It's just the constant problem with the Lions. And it happened last year, and we really didn't do anything to address it. Our starters are great, or in theory, our starters are great. But our backups ain't got nothing. I think we got lucky last week with our defense, our defensive backs who kind of are nobodies at this point. I think Kirby Joseph was out. Branch was suspended still for last week's game. Both of our starting corners were out. But we just have done nothing to remedy that situation. $47.5 is the over-under. Oh. That is a lot, but the Lions offense can do that, and if the Lions defense is just going to continue being brain dead, I saw Hawkinson get the touchdown and thought, great, yes, anybody but Jefferson. And then I looked, and she has both of them. She even has J.J. McCarthy sitting on the bench. Apparently, my mother went Vikings heavy. Ay. Yeah, the over looks very promising. Throw the hat. Not yet. Give me something crazy. Give me a Gibbs 70-yard touchdown. Or a sack from the Vikings. That's swell too. I don't even know who half of these people are on the defense. I'll take that. Yes, we changed all of our coordinators. Yes, that everyone knows that. Why are we talking about it? And apparently the guy who's calling the game right now also called the World Series last night. Did I watch the game last night? Negative. I don't. This is going to be a hard thing to say. Until they put a salary cap and a salary minimum in baseball, there's like really no point to watch it. And then after the Tigers just did the worst the worst downfall ever in the second half of the season. I was just angry. I know it's going to be like a conspiracy thing, but there were so many. What am I looking for? So many extra innings during this postseason. I feel like there was two longer games in the World Series. I know the Lions. I know the Tigers. I think had a few. And the sack basically screwed us because it was third and sixth. So, oh my Lord, I can't talk. 3rd and 6. The sack put us 4th and 10 or more. So we're now out of field goal range and we're out of going for it on 4th down. Man, I can't talk all of a sudden. My sleepiness is hitting me all at once. Not a good look. Have I asked you about knowing anything about old silver dollars? No, I know. Where is it, actually? I think it's right here. I don't know about old coins. With that said, I have this fancy box. Oh, holding on the receiving team. What is it going to be? First down at like their goal line. So I have this fancy box, and this is going to be completely not sports related. I have a bunch of random crap in said box. I have a Apollo 11 coin or little thing. Wow, that looks really good. I have a bunch of nonsensical cash from different places. I got a bunch of random. Let me pull these out real quick. I got a bunch of casino chips. But now here comes random garbage. I believe that is a Canadian dollar. I'm trying to find all my cool stuff. Well, we got an extra hour of sleep last night. Tell my body that. I believe this is from India. Government of India. From 1954. I've got a peso from 1971. We've got another Canadian nonsense. Another Canadian dollar, which means absolutely nothing to me. A Calvin Coolidge presidential coin. I think that's another Canadian dollar. Or is that one of the goofy ones? Oh, that's South Africa. A South African thing. Wait for it. It's so shitty it won't get... Oh, and of course. Bang. Yeah, I know nothing about silver dollars, but I have... Now they're $1. All of them are $1. Oh, actually, 2 of them are $2.50. The other ones are $1. Another Canadian dollar. 1 rupee from 1940. I've tried to collect as many things from way back in the day. There's another thing from South Africa from 1955. $100 something. Turns out I have a lot of things from South Africa. Yo. Sorry if this stream went off the rails here. 1 franc from 1939. Where are you? Now you guys get to see my fucked up hands that I didn't know were as fucked up as my camera's telling you. I'm looking for something else. I think I have another one from like 1936. Go Dodgers. Yeah, I just enjoy collecting old things. $54. Another Calvin Coolidge coin. Okay, off topic. See, this thing says 1748. I just don't believe it. I just want to see. I don't mind what the Dodgers are doing because the Dodgers are playing within the rules. Same thing with the Yankees, same thing with the Mets. They're playing within the rules. But, like, what are we doing? 1947 Indian rupee. Like, yeah, I don't care because they're playing within the confines of the rules of baseball. With that said, at what point do you just buy all the good players and then go, oh, we won back-to-back World Series? How did that happen? Like, well, I have a sneaking suspicion that I know how that happened. I was already watching a bunch of people making fun of the Dodgers because I believe Clayton Kershaw, who had a great run as a starting pitcher, they're talking about he retired, and they're like, oh, we're looking at prospects to bring up. Who do you want to bring up? A Grover Cleveland coin, a 1954, whatever that goofy ass coin is. 54. All right, those are the coins, folks. But yeah, they were like making fun of the Dodgers because it was like, oh, we know we just won the World Series, but one of our pitchers retired. We need to replace him. We're looking at prospects. Which prospect should we bring up to replace Clayton Kershaw? And they're like, oh, call the Pirates. And the person called the Pirates, went back into his boss's office and says, yeah, which prospect do you want? And then they named off a couple prospects. He goes, no. We want Paul Skeens. And it's just like, we understand you're just buying World Series. We get it. But like, you can't do that. Hey, my white chips are only $1, and I only have a few of them. Ed, so I think I've talked about this a few times. I only watch movies and like TV shows based off what YouTube recommends me from shorts. I know that's a stupid way to do things, but for some reason, YouTube will be like, Kfar is only going to watch these 4 things in his shorts. And lately it's been Moneyball and Kingdom of Heaven with Orlando Bloom. I believe it was Orlando Bloom. Yeah. So I've watched both of those fairly recently. Moneyball was a great movie. So I don't necessarily, I kind of want both of them. I think hockey has a great handle on it where they don't just have a salary cap, but they also have a salary minimum. So like there's no tanking, because I feel like for the most part, the Pirates, the A's, like what are you doing? Like some teams have one player that makes more money than every other player on your team, like combined. I feel like that's crazy. I feel like there should be an easy minimum that you have to hit. And if you have a salary cap as well, that means every player can't go to one team. So some of these players have to get spread out across the league. It would be better for the league. But honestly, I think the league doesn't care. I think the league would rather the Mets, Yankees, or Dodgers, Giants, some of these big market teams. I feel like they're okay with them winning year after year after year. You've been picking movies by writer. So I used to just go into Netflix and go into their why not have a promotion and relegation in U.S. sports? Because you couldn't really have that in what am I looking for? You can't really have that in the NFL because there's no like secondary league to drop them to or to bring somebody up from. Baseball, you can't really do that because you would be dropping a major league team to a minor league and bringing up a minor league team that would just be a feeder system to another major league team. I think I can't really think of any. Man, that came back with super loud. I don't think there's any U.S. sports league that it would work for. I like the way that soccer does that, but I don't think it could work in any American sports. It would be a great idea because let's take the 76ers when they were tanking and trust the system and all this nonsense. If they'd have just been like, yeah, you're in the D League now because y'all suck. I think that's a great thing to do instead of like just because getting to the first round, like the first pick of the first round is something that should be good for your team. But so many teams they tank to get that pick. And there's not really any consequences for it because you're rewarded with the first pick. Joe Mauer made 1/3 of the Twins' salary and never did anything in the playoffs. If I remember correctly, as a Tigers fan, didn't Joe Mauer play with, what was his name, Morneau? Where one played first and one played catcher? I imagine they probably made up 2/3 of the Twins' salary. And I think they may have had Johan Santana at the same time. So, like, they probably had 3 actual players, and the rest were, like, minor leaguers that found their way onto a big league roster. Yeah, it's just wild how so many of these teams where the Dodgers will spend. Let me Google it real quick. The Dodgers. Okay. The Dodgers for the 2025 payroll is estimated at $396 million. Because I have the ability to Google MLB team payroll list. payroll breakdown of all 30 teams. Yes, you have the Dodgers at $394 million. And then if you go all the way to the bottom, Miami is at $70 million. $70 million versus $394 million. And you wonder why one of those teams was trash and one of them won back-to-back World Series. Where are the Tigers on this list? We're at 17th with $155 million. Even if we're going to play this game between the Dodgers, why you guys caused me to do this. I want you to know that. Between the Dodgers and the Mets is $54 million. Between the Mets and the Yankees is over $50 million. And then it's between 1 and 10 is almost $200 million. Like, that's crazy that the Dodgers can spend $200 million more than the 10th place team on payroll. Yeah, Ted Lasso, great TV show. You know why I watched it? Because YouTube Shorts recommended it to me. And they didn't recommend it to me, just kept pushing it into my face. And I'm just like, fine, I'll watch it. Montgomery stuffed. I love how I just had to go look at MLB salaries. I used to enjoy, what team did I watch? Chelsea. But it was so hard getting into it because you'd have to watch it at the most odd hours because of when they started versus my time zone. Are we kicking a field goal on 4th and 1, or are we going to go for it? The world may never know. And let's see, my mother is still beating me by 3 points. That's depressing. Yeah, I think we're going to get done. We're going to be done at halftime because oh, God. So, long story short, because the kids wanted to try this, and I'm like, okay, cool. What was it? Drawn a blank. My kids had pumpkin seeds. And they brought them in here and said, hey, we got you some pumpkin seeds. I thought they went to their grandparents' house, carved pumpkins, cooked the pumpkin seeds, seasoned them, and brought them home for me. No, it turns out they brought me home raw-ass pumpkin seeds. So I popped one in my mouth, and I went, what is wrong with you guys? And they were sitting here in a Ziploc bag. When someone gets talked, it looks like a black pebble splash up. What are you talking about, Ed? But the kids brought home all these pumpkin seeds, and I'm like, I didn't have any luck. Oh, tackled. When people get tackled. Okay. When the black pebbles, so the black pebbles are chunks of rubber, Ed. They don't taste good. They're uncomfortable. They get in your shoes, your socks, your pants, your shirt. They give you real bad burns. Even I feel bad. I played in Michigan. So Michigan, it's not exactly known for its heat. It makes everything so much hotter because it's dark green and black. Yeah, it's just like little chunks of rubber. Anywho, the kids brought home pumpkin seeds, so we're growing pumpkins. So I have like a planter hanging up over here in the window. And my 2-year-old decided when I was put them down so that they could get light to pluck one of them out. So I had to plant more pumpkin seeds. So it's like a whole thing over here. Yeah, Ed, I think in between my 8th grade year and my freshman year, my high school got a brand new football field. I played Little League football since I was like 8 or 9, and you'd practice at a certain field. I think we practiced at like the local, what is it? We practiced at the local middle school because they had a soccer field that was a football field that they don't do football anymore here. So we practiced there, played at the high school, and it was just like regular grass. And then they changed it going into my freshman year of high school to that type of turf with the rubber and the orange track around it. I'm surprised. So I'm kind of surprised that. What am I looking for? For this comment, I'm kind of surprised MLB teams aren't going the same way that NHL teams are going, where the cities and states with a lower real life tax aren't going after players and saying, hey, we'll give you all this money, and guess what? It's tax free, bro. Because it seems like they're still going to New York or California, where like the Marlins could just be throwing the bag at people and saying, yeah, you're not going to get taxed for it. The luxury tax is weird. Same thing with like in the NBA. It's like, oh, you can go over the salary cap. You just got to pay us more. Now there's a Zamboni commercial with Navy Federal. Okay. Let's see. Let me check my email real quick. I wonder if I can like edit this at all. No, don't care. Don't care. What's the score? I think it's 14-14. Yeah, 14-14. 9 minutes left in the second. So we're already at 28. I think you said it was 27 or 47.5. I really hate the kickoff. I hate the kickoff. I hate that they're trying to get rid of onside kicks. What is that, Stewart? Three pressures today, no sacks. Good. By the way, I'm being nice because I'm still half asleep. Don't get used to it. I'll be back to anti-KFAR on Wednesday. Good. Good. Ed, I think I might stream again. I'm trying to think of when that game comes out. So if you guys aren't, again, I have many channels. I have the whole 4 channels. The one that I've been covering Game of Thrones on, I started a new game series on there. And I think they put out their stuff on noon on Wednesdays. It's one of those, you get to make all the decisions, and however you make a decision, that's how the outcome, like you can change the outcome, whatever. I think I might stream that again on Wednesday afternoon. Well, that was a late as shit flag. Dipped out to email you a picture of your coin. I'll go look real quick. Oh, your coin, it looks like the same color. That's old. 1891. Yeah, it looks like the same oldness as my one from, it says like the 70s or whatever. Or 1700s, rather. That odd moment when Jack Campbell catches Aaron Jones. Ed, I don't know what Zork is. I was gonna go with the not Game of Thrones. Ugh. The Walking Dead series that they put out years and years and years ago. Fuck it. If they score, I really hope the Lions can come back and score. Because I've been a Lions fan and a Detroit sports fan for so long, I just have zero faith in any Detroit sports team doing well, especially when it matters. What is Zork? Am I going to have to go look this up? Zork. Oh, maybe a super updated version of that game, Ed. But no, it's like exactly like the Walking Dead games that came out. I want to say it was from like Telltale Games or whatever. I want to say they came out within like this decade. This is not looking good for my fantasy team. JJ McCarthy just keeps hitting Justin Jefferson over and over and over again. And then I don't know why Brian Branch. This is one of those things that frustrate me. I like my teeth. I have all my teeth. He has his mouthpiece in his helmet. Not even in his mouth, just stuck in his helmet. What did we sell? We had a bunch of silver dimes, I want to say. We got rid of those. I want to say we had some Buffalo nickels. We got rid of some of those. But my Mrs. K. Farr's grandparents were like hoarders of just like everything. And a majority of the time it was like they would hoard. What are they called? Not like my mug right there. That's like semi-fancy. They would have, oh God, I'm trying to remember. But it's one of those companies that make like super generic things, but then they'll label certain things like special edition, but they don't tell you about the special editions. It's like one of like 5 million. So it's not necessarily special. They just labeled it that way. Or like the anniversary edition. They bought all that shit. And then you'd look it up and it's like, oh, they bought it for $20 and it's now worth 12 cents. Good. Yeah, that's why I think I told you guys when we were at the other house, we went through like 4 or 5 dumpsters because they just hoarded so much like actual crap. See you, Bob. Oh, is he going to make the field goal? Probably. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we're definitely going to be done at halftime. I can't. I have too much to do. Do I have a stream, though? Do I have a stream idea? No, I don't. If you guys follow me on the main channel, you might follow me on the Reading the Room channel. I did. If you watch Game of Thrones, I put out a short today of more reasons that I hate House Frey. Because I hate House Frey. Yeah, but Jonathan, that's exactly what it is, but I can't remember the specific name of the company that was making all the crap that they were buying. But like I know that as soon as you say what company it is, I'm going to be like, of course that's it. I don't think that was Brutal Bob. No, I don't think so. Those don't even look good. Arby's steak nuggets, they don't even look good. They literally look like the Jack Link's nuggets that they sell in the store. Man, hold on. I'm going to go look if this... So I can't tell you... Edit avatar. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if this cup is from that, but let me look real quick. Ah, yes, it is. It was Avon. That's what it was. My mother has Jackson Dart. I actually picked the, what's it called, to lose? The Giants to lose. Simply because Cam Scadaboo's out. But she started Jackson Dart today. And it's 17-7? But yeah, Avon. They had Avon everything. They even had fancy containers of Avon aftershave from like 40 years ago. Then it smelled terrible. But yeah, I think they had 2 entire rooms filled with just Avon nonsense that I don't think they've ever opened or used. Javon Hargrave is a wide human being. Second and 12. Okay. Yeah, one day I'll drink out of that giant. It's got the Statue of Liberty on top. It's got a picture of New York City. I want to say it's like the 9/11 Avon Special Edition cup. Like I didn't think we were gonna make that, but I want to drink out of it, but I don't trust it to hold hot liquid. Jeez. Oh God! All right. Hey, I don't think that's the thing. Is I don't think they sold it. I think they were just the. You got to look at it this way, Ed. Avon's been around for a long time. I think they still might be around. Let me Google it real quick. No, I spelt it completely wrong. Yeah, Avon is still in business. So you got to think if they're still in business in 2025, somebody's got to be buying it. And rumor has it was Mrs. Kafar's grandparents. They were one of the main contributors to keeping Avon in business. Dear Lord, Avon became a business in 1886. Founded the California Perfume Company, which would later become Avon. This marked the beginning of the company's operations, initially focused on selling perfumes door to door. That was revolutionary at the time. No, I didn't, Ed. It was like exclusively Avon, and not just Avon stuff, but like Avon that was still in the box that it came in. Oh. Oh, I forgot that this was a thing. The commercials today are just great. If they want to start throwing some Uber Eats commercials on YouTube, that would be terrific. Don't get me started on ads on YouTube. I don't even know what Amway stuff is. I keep looking at this comment. A worldwide leader in health and beauty. Let me just is Amway. Yes. Amway is a multi-level marketing company. Good. Just so you guys know, I'm probably going to delete this stream on the main channel. Keep it on the third one. Third one? Fourth one? Fourth one? I think I've made content for every single channel that I have this week. Just saying. Oh God, I'm just gonna end this stream. There's 3 minutes until halftime, but they're just letting this. One day, Kfar will be yelling at the clouds and selling vacuum cleaners door to door. No, because I have a Hoover dealership right down the street from me. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. They're just running the ball. It looks like they're just trying to run the clock out until halftime, and ain't nobody trying to watch that. Let me see if I can. Got to get used to this new keyboard. All right. But yeah, that's the video. Thanks for hanging out with me for as long as you guys did. I'm over this game already. 47 though, I think it was 47 and a half is looking more and more like a thing. What is it? 14, 28, 31 points so far before halftime. And they still somehow threw a completion. Okay, that's it. Everybody have a good rest of your day. Hope and pray that the Lions win because they need it. That's all I got. Go watch my video I put out at noon. Bye.